In this video, we will begin to add content to the Mahara page we created earlier. The first type of content we will add is text. So let's assume that we've logged onto Moodle and have clicked the link to take us to Mahara. We are now on our Mahara dashboard page, and there are a number of ways we can use to access the page that we created already. One way would be to click on the page here, which is listed under the My Portfolio section. So if I were to click on that, I will see a view of the page, and if I wish to edit it, I can click on Edit this page, and it takes us to the Edit Content area of our page. Let's also look at another way to access the page from the dashboard. So I'm just going to return to the dashboard by clicking on it in the main menu. So here's the dashboard, and now if I want to access my page via the main menu, I can click on the menu, click on Portfolio, and go to my list of pages and collections. Here I can see the page that I created previously, and if I click on the three dots in the bottom right, I'll have an option there to edit the page. And again, this takes us to the content area of the page. So Mahara allows us to add blocks of content to this area of the page. And on the left-hand side here, we can see the different types of content that we can add. So this is essentially our toolbox for adding content to the page. In this case, I want to add a block of text. So I'll click on the text block and I'll drag it onto the page. And as I do so, we can see two dotted rectangles. And these are appearing because the layout that we chose for the page was two columns. So we can position our text block in either the first or the second column. So I'm going to position it in this one, and we can see the dotted rectangle here, and I simply just let the block go. So now we'll configure the block, and I'll begin by giving it a title. So I'll call it Dundalk Institute of Technology. And then in this area, I'll enter some of the text that I want to appear in the block. So I'll just simply type a sentence in here. Or if I have text in a Word document, I can copy and paste it. So if I switch to Word, I can select the text I want to copy. I can right-click it and choose Copy, or use Ctrl and C on the keyboard. Now switch back to Mahara and right-click and paste, or use Ctrl and V. It's also possible to do some basic formatting of our text in the text box, and we have a toolbar at the top of the block content area. And if we click on the arrow to the left here, we can see the full range of tools available to us. So we've got bold, italic, underline. We can change the font size here. We can change the font. We can change the background color. We can change the text color. So if I want to bold the words Dundalk Institute of Technology, I select the text and click on bold. Again, if I want to change the font size, I select the text and I'll choose the font size that I want. Or if I'd like to change the text color, I'll simply again select the text and choose the text color options here, and I'll choose this one. And if we're happy with the layout of our text box, we hit Save. To return to editing the text box, we can click on the cog or gear icon here on the top right, and if we want to delete the text box, we click on the bin icon. I'm going to add another text box and position it above this one. So again, I click on the block from our toolbox and I drag it And as I drag it, we can see the dotted rectangles appear. So I'm going to let it go here, and I'll just give this one here the title Mahara. And I'll save it. So now we have two text boxes. And again, we can reposition these simply by picking them up and dragging them. So for example, the Mahara text box, I can click on it, hold the mouse down and drag on it until I see the dotted rectangle. And again, if I want to position it here, I just simply let it go at this point. If we want to see what our text box looks like to a user, we can click on the display page button here. And this is what our text box will look like. And if we want to continue editing the page, we can click on edit this page and it takes us back to the content area. And if we wish to return to the dashboard, again, we can use the main menu and click on dashboard. In our next video, we will see how to add an image to a Mahara page.